Hello everyone, welcome to the CTV News on Calabash TV and on the Wave Radio 94.5. I am Melissa Joseph. Well, there can be no shying away from the truth anymore. The United Workers' Party is laden with problems that stem from infighting, arrogance and self-serving motives. There must be change with due haste. That's how the deputy political leader of the UWP, Leonard Spider Montoute, sums up what has been transpiring within the main opposition. Mr. Montoute has called for an intervention of some sorts to save the party in time for the pending general elections. He believes that the current leadership has failed in its efforts to and should now consider other options. Leonard Montoute has for months been silent about events taking place within the party. He has also been visibly absent from press conferences and public meetings. So why break his silence now? I put the question to the seasoned politician.
Well, I've organized quite a bit about the state of affairs in the United Workers' Party. As you know, it is no secret to anyone that we are facing a bit of a crisis in the party in terms of the division that is perceived to exist in the leadership as well as within the rank and file of the party. But I think we have gotten to the juncture now, given what obtains in St. Lucia, given the economic situation, the unemployment situation, the regressive tax policies of the government that is further burdening individuals as well as bringing a number of small businesses to a close. I mean, when you look at all of those situations, I think the UWP now has to step up and respond to the plight of the people in this country, in the sense that in any democracy, people want to know that they have alternatives. I think it is a common view that the government has lost its way. They have not performed in the manner that St. Lucians expect and that a change is required. But they're looking to the UWP for that change. At the moment, while they're expressing disappointment with the government, they're not exactly expressing satisfaction with the United Workers' Party. And so I believe, above all things, even before we contemplate our annual convention or any other constitutional or otherwise activity, we should take as our top priority, I think it's paramount that we give consideration to resolving the issues in the United Workers' Party, to place ourselves in a position where we could be seen as a united force that is ready and prepared to govern St. Lucia. For this, I'm saying that perhaps we should widen the discussion to include not just party members and supporters, but independent-minded people who are in fact concerned about what is happening, because I see this as an imperative for the United Workers' Party, given the national implications of the current situation. I don't think a convention will do it. If you were to look at the recent history, in the last two conventions, I think what obtained then contributed significantly to the division that we have now, and have every reason to believe that it will be further exacerbated by another convention now.
Some would interpret this as you're calling for the removal of Alan Chasney. Is this what you're doing? Speak directly.
Well, this is not about Alan Chasney or any individual for that matter. I think the current situation takes precedence over and is more significant than any individual or personal aspirations. And it is not about any person having any position or title. It is about doing what is correct. I do not want to preempt what will come out of a discussion such as this, but if Spider Montoute has to go, so be it. If Alan Chasney has to go, so be it. We must be truthful here, we must be honest with ourselves and admit that the leadership of the party has failed to unite the party.
Well, this is contrary to what we've been told consistently, that the party is now, it has gone through a restructuring, and that change will always be difficult for people to adjust themselves to, but they will adjust eventually because the change is what's good for the party.
Well, I want to say to you that I'm making no revelation here. Just as we in the party are aware, the general public is aware. My coming out now is as a result of the clamoring that I face on the streets every day, from members of the party, from supporters, from independent-minded people who are saying to me that while they are dissatisfied with the kind of representation and the performance that they get from the St. Lucia Labour Party, they are not satisfied that we are well positioned in terms of the division that exists for them to place their confidence and trust in us. We have to face the truth now and approach this situation in a serious manner with a view to resolving it. And so at the end of the day, we talk about, well, change, of course, can be difficult and so on, but we've had 2 years, and the situation seems to be worsening.
What is Leonard Montoute prepared to do if this call is not heeded?
Well, I can only do so much. I think I owe it to the people that I offer myself to serve, that I do everything in my power, including stepping aside if that is required, to ensure that the situation is resolved. Because like I said, this issue is bigger than any individual, and it is not about personal ambitions or the aggrandizement of any individual. And so, I'm not here to make any threats about what I will or will not do. I've always said that I'm guided to a great extent by, the wishes of the people. I cannot impose myself on people or go in a direction that everyone is saying that is wrong, and then you persist in that direction just because you think it is right. I think what politicians need to do a little better is listen.
At the upcoming convention, are you likely to contest for leader of the party?
I will not participate in any process that will further divide the party. I do not think if we were to go into a convention right now, given the approaches that we have taken, and I have to say it not as a criticism but as a fact, that we have adopted an approach of teams going into the convention. That has contributed tremendously to the division in the party. The team that emerges, it tends to ostracize and isolate people who are not part of their team. The people who are not part of their team feel that they're not part. At the end of the day, it has to be one big family. The team is the United Workers' Party, and it should not be any subset of the United Workers' Party that emerges as the team. And so I think also that we have failed in embracing those who feel ostracized, and we have not been able to, find common ground like has been done in the past. And so something is obviously amiss, and it has to be rectified. And so for my part, yes, it will be good for me to contest once again, perhaps to retain my position or any other position for that matter. But I think more importantly is ensuring that the United Workers' Party positions itself as the alternative.
In other political news, the Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Economic Affairs and Planning and Social Security, Dr. Kenny Anthony, has confirmed that the statements made by Senator Claudius Francis are not inconsistent with information which has reached him. According to the Prime Minister, he has listened to members of the opposition calling for the resignation of Senator Claudius Francis regarding statements made on his talk show on Friday, 18 September 2015. He was aware of the situation even prior to Senator Francis' utterances, the Prime Minister said. There was nothing in Senator Francis' statements which are inconsistent with the information which had reached me previously, he said. The issues which Senator Francis raised involved a small minority of police officers bent on embarrassing the government of St. Lucia for political ends. The Prime Minister said he is at the moment awaiting the return to Ireland of the Acting Commissioner of Police, Errol Alexander, and will request a thorough investigation into the matter. Stay with the CTV News. We're back after the break.